All right, let's welcome in our powerhouse panel for the day. Joining Tom and me is best-selling author and political analyst Mark Halperin and the Project 21 National Advisory Board member and principal of Red Tail Strategy, Christopher Arps. Gentlemen, happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
All right, so we talked about this briefly, but I want to talk about CNN Plus. You may have heard the news. They're shutting down April 30th, just about a month after launching. So 300 staffers are going to be let go. They've been offered 6 months severance, and they have first dibs at job opportunities at the network. The network spent about $300 million in launching this. Mark, to you, I mean, their ratings, especially in prime time, have been extremely low. So from a business perspective, if your ratings are low on cable, why would you go and launch a streaming service that people have to pay for? Were they just trying to maybe get like a younger demo who would be streaming their news?
I think the main question our children and grandchildren will be asking us is, how did this thing last 3 weeks? Why didn't they pull the plug sooner than that? This was a stupid idea from the beginning. McKinsey, the consulting firm, which had such a stellar reputation for so many years, has been involved in some controversies. Most of the stories about the failure of CNN Plus don't mention the fact that McKinsey somehow convinced them that this would be a good idea. I can't imagine what data they amassed to make that point. CNN's brand, to the extent it has value, is about breaking news, and a bunch of shows about cooking and books and parenting. They maybe have the market someplace else, but not under that umbrella. Stupid idea. And I'll repeat my joke. I can't believe it lasted 3 weeks. They should have pulled the plug, saved several $1 million by stop trying to sell something that no one was going to buy.
Yeah, it was all over social media, Chris. Somebody was saying it, lasted, what was it, like longer than my milk in my fridge. So people were surprised that it lasted this long. We saw, the ratings were so bad, or the subscribers was very, very dismal. Chris, what do you think? I mean, smart move for them just to be like, we're done and just not try and save this?
I mean, I'm not a math major or anything, but 300 not anymore. I put that logo up on April 1st as an April Fool's joke. You're no longer the most trusted name in news, and I think this venture shutting down after 21 days proves that.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, they've obviously had some crisis communication problems. I mean, they've had some issues with some of their staffers, some of their team. I think a lot of people are it's unfortunate because there are all these people that are out of a job.
Yeah, I agree with our James Rosen. I mean, I know a couple of people who are over there, and I feel terrible for them, the fact that they're likely going to lose their jobs. But the brand is so damaged. I mean, anytime I've turned on CNN over the last few years, I've either been told about a Russia hoax, I've been told that white people are systemically racist, I've been told that the world is coming to an end because of climate change, or even it's even sort of acceptable to make fun of Christians on CNN's air. And they've gotten away from just sort of straight news reporting. I think the other thing that they were trying to do is, frankly, I think they're trying to compete with us. We have, here at Newsmax, we have some very successful digital online streaming platforms, and we have a variety of different ways that we communicate with the people who are our viewers and people who appreciate what we do here. 7 million people, 8 million people have downloaded our free app. Yeah. So a lot of the networks are trying to do this, but again, when you lose credibility and you go to the far left and you get away from what your brand actually stood for, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, when you lose credibility, it's really hard to get it back, and you lose. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I'm sorry, Alison.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not a marketing expert like you, but I can say that just putting plus after something doesn't mean people are going to want to buy it.
Disney Plus, CNN Plus,
do Coke Plus.
Right.
The plus doesn't make it golden.
I think you can also point to CNN's jump the shark moment, is when Don Lemon was surmising that maybe that plane went through a black hole or the Bermuda Triangle something, and that was the reason why we couldn't find it.
Yeah, well, and look, Chris Wallace left a big contract over at Fox, so a lot of people are wondering what he's going to do. Is he going to go to primetime at CNN? But speaking of a brand that may need a little help, Hunter Biden. So he made his first public appearance Monday at the White House Easter egg roll after some controversy surrounding him. Take a listen to how the left-wing media is covering Hunter Biden now.
Another subpoena that was sent out to one of the major banks here in the United States And it was seeking not only Hunter Biden's records, his former business partners, but also the records of the president's brother, James Biden. And these records went back to 2014. And the reason that timing matters is that it spans a period when Joe Biden was the vice president.
Oh, so Tom, now they're covering it. Now this is a story.
Yeah, now this is a story. And look, I always go back to this. The fact that when you look at the poll numbers, enough people said that they would have not voted for Joe Biden if people knew about the Hunter Biden scandal. It shows you how the information management and the manipulation of the left-wing media, how it has a detrimental impact on our democracy.
Yeah. Chris, we're starting to see the left-leaning media cover this story now that the Times came out and said, well, the laptop, that actually was real. I mean, does it surprise you that now they're doing this?
No, it doesn't, because I ultimately think they're setting up for the departure of Joe Biden. I've said on my radio show, I think Joe Biden will resign probably next year, January or whatever, after the disastrous November elections. I think with all of this trouble with Hunter Biden adds on to this, and I really do think the president will resign in December or January for health reasons, and I think a part of that will be this investigation of his son. We will also factor into that.
Yeah, I know Kash Patel has said that as well. Mark, some of these media outlets, they're finally covering it, but do you think they're ever going to apologize for all the things? And we've played montages of them last year saying complete opposite, saying this is ridiculous, this is misinformation. You think they're ever going to just say, you know what, we made a mistake?
No.
Yeah, I agree.
In a word, no.
I agree.
I agree with Chris Arps Plus that
This Arps Plus, oh no.
I like
the
that.
story's going to get some traction, and we should watch closely the attempts to prepare Vice President Harris for a bigger role.
Wow.
All right, you heard it here first, Mark. Chris, thank you so much. We'll see you again at the 8 o'clock hour. Appreciate it.
Great.